Hello, welcome to CaliCoTek's lesson plan video. It's our tech lesson number 2, WordPress Beginner's Guide to Site Usage. This will teach you the ins and outs of how the site works and how to get around, navigate, manage users and different products and things like that. We're going to briefly go over the different shopping carts and stuff like that. Most of them are, some of you guys might be using actually different carts, but they're all very similar. So if we will go into the different shopping carts into more details with their own separate videos, but for right now we're just going to go over with the main shopping cart, WooCommerce, which is what most of you guys would probably be using anyway as your shopping cart. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. And here's our lesson plan for today. So we're going to get started with basic usage. And what we're going to do is just go ahead and open up our website. We got our CaliCoTek website right here. And let's go ahead and log in, which I don't actually have a login page for this yet because I have a few things turned off on my site, but we're going to go ahead and log in through the secret entrance. Normally if we have a login button, we log in, it'll have our administration panel right on the top. I'm kind of going about this a weird way, but that's okay. Anyway, so now that we are logged in and we're in our main menu, we're going to switch back to the regular site so we can go back to where we were and start from the beginning. Alright, so now that we're logged in, we have our main website. We have our administration panel that only administrators see up here at the top, where we can switch between our settings and different administration tasks or the main site. And here's the main site here. You got your main menu and header bar here. You also have another menu usually at the bottom too, with extra links and stuff that we didn't really want to put, which mine is actually right here on the right hand side, but that would normally be on the bottom on most of your sites. And we're going to go ahead and go to the administration panel. It's by clicking the website name right up here at the top. This brings us to our administration side of the website that only administrators can see and edit products, users, whatever, posts, whatever we need to change. Alright, so from here, on your main side, on your left bar here, you have all your different sections of the administration panel that you can go to and edit things. Starting at the first is just the home page, which brings you to the main dashboard page here, which you have all your widgets that tell you basically what's going on. And in here you have your messages section where you can send and receive private messages in between users. This way, if you have to speak to somebody on your site, you can send them a private message that only they will see. And this will let you know, it'll pop up with a little 1 here when you have new messages to let you know that there's messages. Now, next we're going to go to the commerce section. This is part of our store. With this store, I actually use WooCommerce, and I also use a membership package because I charge for a monthly membership program that everybody pays for each and every month. A lot of sites don't necessarily have that. I do because I'm doing memberships. A lot of other people usually will just have an invoice section for sending out custom invoices if they need to manually do an invoice. That way you don't have to go and log in to PayPal or something like that to handle an invoice. You can do it right from your site, and it'll send it to them on the website and in their email as well, instead of just sending it to them on the email, which is what would happen if you were doing it from the PayPal side. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And start with, we're kind of going over the navigation and everything now. You have your different, like store, this manages the main part of the store. You have your orders, reports, you can set up coupons, change settings, know the status of the system if everything's working okay. And then to actually handle products and categories and tags and shipping and stuff like that, you actually do that from this product or products section here. Like if I want to go and view a product, I can just click view products, and it's going to go ahead and bring up the list of products that I have available for sale. And I can go in here, hover over this, I can edit, I can do a quick edit, trash this, preview it, duplicate it if I want to make a similar product, and then just edit the next product. And if I want to go to add a product, I can go ahead and add a product as well. And I would just go ahead and give it main product title name, like this is test product number 1. This is the main description of the product. Go ahead and fill in the short description too. And we'll go ahead and make this similar to short description test 1. And a lot of this we actually don't really have to mess with. It's just in case that you want to change these settings, like some of you guys have automatic posting to social networks, to where you can uncheck a box if you don't want the post or the product when you post it to automatically get sent to your social networks. It'll automatically feed out that post to Facebook or Twitter or whatever other place we're sending it to. These settings are actually turned off on mine because I'm not sending out none of my posts yet. But normally you'd have a little checkbox where it would automatically already be checked, and you would just uncheck it to not do that. But anything that we're posting, we probably want to go ahead and get posted to the social places, so we go ahead and leave that box checked, and it'll post it to our set sites that we have in our social integration. So now next, we've already added a description. Let's go ahead and add a product gallery. And I'm actually going to move some of these because I don't like the way this is situated. You can move these around to make it a little bit easier for you to get around and know where everything is at. So I'm going to go ahead and make the featured image, which is the main image of the product. I'm just going to go ahead and pick something out of here. Like we'll go ahead and use this this little cell phone thingamabobber. And now that's set as the featured image. Now we're going to add some little secondary images for extra images for the product. We'll go ahead and just make that one, and holding control we can select multiples, get both of those, add to gallery. Now we added our extra product images right there. So now we can go ahead and fill out this information. SKU is like a product or model serial number. Usually this is a number that if you add to your own products to help you keep an eye on everything in your inventory and know where everything is at. It's just a way to help manage things. So think of it as like a barcode or serial number. Regular price is going to be the price that this normally costs. We're just going to say this is $25. And when it's on sale, we're going to make it $19.99. Tax status, we want it to be, I'm going to make this non-taxable because I don't have any actual taxing stuff set up in my site yet. For those of you that use tax, the tax will already be pre-set up for the different states, and you basically just say if you want it taxed or not. If you do, or if you wanted it taxed the shipping only, or if you don't want it taxed at all. The tax class is standard. You wouldn't really mess with that unless you want to set reduced rates or anything like that if you don't want the taxes to go through. The main thing about it is we're doing a simple product. We're doing what we're selling. Like let's say what I'm selling is not downloadable or a tangible actual shippable product. I would go ahead and click the virtual product because this is going to be like, let's say I'm selling a service. It's not something they can download. It's not something that I'm actually mailing and shipping to them. So that's what's called a virtual product. A downloadable product is, of course, pretty self-explanatory. It's downloadable. If we were to sell software or something that would be downloadable, like a movie or video or lesson plan or something like that, that's actually a downloadable product, we would go ahead and mark it as downloadable. Now, if it's just a regular product, something we're selling in the mail, and the average product, we go ahead and just leave that stuff unchecked, leave it as simple product, and that's what we're doing now. We're making this a product. So now we filled out the general section. We got no taxes, turned all that off. Now we're going to go ahead and go to inventory. Let's say I want to manage the stock. Like let's say I'm actually selling, I have a case of 100 of these that I'm selling. I can enable stock management at product level and go ahead and make it 100 that I have in stock. I don't want to allow back orders, status is in stock. and you can check this if you only want this product to be buyable in singles. If you don't want them to be able to order 10 at a time or 20 at a time or anything like that, they can order just one. And at any rate, when the product runs out and you get down to 0, the product will automatically come off of the site and not stay up there for somebody to buy something that you no longer have. So that's what that section is for. Shipping. If you want to set up, if you are actually shipping a tangible product like coins or uh, tools or something like that of that nature, you can go ahead and set up the weight so that you can handle all the shipping and everything automatically. So let's say that what we're selling here, this cell phone case thing, is a total of 3 kilograms. The dimensions in centimeters, we'll say it's a 5 centimeters square rooted box. And let's say the shipping class, well, we don't have shipping classes set up. These are actually something that has to be set up per customer, per website, because you might ship using UPS, the other guys might ship in USPS. I don't actually ship anything from CaliCoTek because I don't sell tangible products on here. I sell services and downloads, so I actually don't have any of this filled out on mine. Normally you would, and you would be able to pick USPS first class priority mail, 3 days, whatever shipping classes that you have set. So pretty much this product is almost just about done. A lot of this other stuff you don't really have to mess with unless you get into linking products, cross-selling products. If you say you're selling a cell phone case that you have in 5 different colors, you can have set up attributes to where you can make variations and things like that and sell the same product with one ad, and they can actually pick and choose the different color that they want at purchase. So if they want the red one, they can pick, click the red box, and it'll send them the red cell phone case and not the black, blue, or green. And that's basically what you do with linking products. Attributes is where you can add more custom fields. And custom fields are just if, like, let's say we wanted to have a grading system like A plus, B plus, C minus, stuff like that to grade the product. If it's say it's a used product, we want to grade the product, we can go ahead and set up these custom fields in here just by adding a custom field. Can make this the grade field and make separate values with commas. So let's say we want A, B, C, D, F. We'll go ahead and add that. And now we can set values for things like that. That's actually basics. It's not really set up to be drop-down menus or anything yet. I set all that up if it's necessary. So in this case it wasn't, so I'm kind of just going over that and showing you. But basically this thing's all ready to go. A lot of this other stuff, make animated drop-down text, don't need to mess with. Product tags is good because this becomes keywords for people to search on the website to find things. So we'll put in keywords separating with commas. Cell phone case red Motorola. That way if anybody's searching these words, this will actually come up in the search results because these are the product tags. See, we added those tags. You can add a whole bunch of tags, as many tags as you want, but they do help with searching criteria and for people to find your stuff. So they're good to have. Product category. You would have different categories for your products if you're selling coins, if you're selling gold bars, if you're selling, like mine is actually services. So I'm going to sell, but this one I'm making as a product. So I'm going to go ahead and put that as a regular product. And everything else is set. We're ready to go. It already has the name, description, sort description. We got the different data attributes set. We have the product images in, the category set, extra product tags, and the rest of the stuff is already preset. So this is a product. This is ready to go. Let's go ahead and hit publish. And anytime you're making pages or posts or anything, you always want to hit the update tab. That's like the save tab. That's going to save your changes and make them actually stick. So now this product is saved. We're going to go ahead and go to view product so we can check out our product on the website, which I'm not even sure if I'm all completely set up. Oh yeah, actually I am. Alright, so that's cool, it actually came up. So now there is our product with our weight, dimensions, reviews, sharing the product, description, additional information. And this is a little bit chaotic right now because I haven't organized the theme or anything yet, but you get the basic idea. The product's there, everything is there, and it's now on the store. It's ready to get sold. It's a live product. So now we're going to go ahead and go on to the next thing, since we pretty much covered the store for the most part. We'll get into more details of like handling customers and product inventory and things of that nature, shipping and sending out the invoices and stuff like that in more detail when we actually go into doing these videos on each individual store type. That way we can cover WooCommerce, we can cover Ready e-commerce, we can cover all the different store types that you guys might be using. But this is a basic site. I mean, they're all pretty similar, so if you understand this, you can pretty much get around on whatever package that you might be using. So next we have up on here we have user management. We're going to go and show you how to handle some users. So we're going to go back into the administration panel and go ahead and go down to users. And this lets us know the different users that are on our website and what role they are. You have different roles for different types of people on the site, whether they are a regular customer, if they're an administrator, if they're a gold customer, and you can customize these and set up different roles for different people to be. If you want people to be able to post and have privileges to be able to post and not be able to do other administrative tasks, then you can do that as well by creating roles for these different types of people and then assigning these people to the roles. And that's what I've done here. I've made customers, people that actually have customer management packages like silver, bronze, gold. I mark those as well so that it's easier to handle billing, monthly billing, and stuff like that. Whether or not they're paying customers, and that's pretty much it. You want to go ahead and you can edit these customers individually. You can delete them individually, or if you want, you can select a whole bunch to do bulk actions. Like if I want, let's say I want to set all three of these guys to have a different role. I would go ahead and check all three. And with bulk actions tabs we have up here, we can change role to administrator. We can make them a subscriber, a customer. Just by clicking that and clicking change, it's going to go ahead and change their role status to make them what we want them, and to change their privileges on the site, because that's what roles do. Roles control all the privileges on the site for different types of groups. Alright, so now that's pretty much how we handle users. You can also, if you want to add somebody by hand, instead of having them go to the site and register on their own, you can do that as well, filling out their username, email, first, last name, website, giving them a little temporary password that they can change later, and then always check this box, send this password to the new user by email. This will send them an email letting them know about the account, letting them know what the password is so they can log in and update their information and change their password. And from here too, you can assign them the role of what you want them to be. Like if I wanted them to be a basic customer, basic subscriber, I could easily do that from there and click add new, and bam, they're going to be a brand new user, and it's going to email them their information and their itinerary. So now we're going to go to the next on the list, which is posts and pages. Now, you can handle the posts and pages from inside of your administration panel, or from the admin bar if you want to add a new post or a page or product or testimonial, anything like that. You can do that from the quick tab at the top. Now we're going to go ahead and pull up the posts that are already in the site here. And these are all posts that I actually pulled from my Facebook account to become actual stories and stuff inside of my website. instead of having to retype them or copy and paste them, I had a little program called WP Lister here that went ahead and added them for me. And so what I can do now is I can add new, I can edit, quick, trash, preview. I have 2 pages full of them. These are all just different posts of random things. If I actually go ahead and view one really quick, show you what one of them looks like. Yeah, see, it's just a basic post on tech tips. And you can also edit any page or posts, which are really similar. Pages, posts, products, they all are very similar. It's just a post. But you can actually go to and edit any page or post. Like this post, I'm on the actual post on the front end. I can edit this post from there, or I can click up here to edit this post, and it'll bring me back into the edit panel for this post. And there's the post itself. I can go ahead and make changes to the post. If it's a standard post, if it's a video post, I can add it to categories, change categories, make it animated drop down. Require membership means I can make this page or this post inaccessible unless they have a certain package or membership role, which is good because we can also add disable social sharing. Like a lot of this stuff is already preset. This is preset up to have the social sharing buttons at the bottom of the post or the page, whichever the case may be, which I'll show you right now. On the bottom of this post is the social sharing buttons are right here. And these are what you use to post this content to Facebook and what other people can use to share your content, and gives you free advertising. So now by having that in there, it's already set up to be on. Now if I want to make this post to not show that the social sharing buttons, I can go ahead and disable them from here. These are torn options, don't really need to see that. The social network auto poster, if I want to uncheck that, I can. And it works just pretty much like a product does, except this is a post and has a little bit different, but it all works pretty much the same. So now we're going to go ahead and just go to add a new, and this brings up our add a new, so we can create a new post. And when it comes to making posts, I'm going to go ahead and go over the little WYSIWYG text editor. You can use this fancy text editor to automatically add in things like headers, horizontal rules, smileys, and tables. If you want to add a video from YouTube, you can just click that and go ahead and add the YouTube address and then hit insert, and it's going to automatically insert that into the post for you. You can add a YouTube iframe, which is usually the better way of doing it. You just put the YouTube address for the video, which it shows you an example right here of what your address would look like. It'd be something like that. You can just paste it in here, pick the size, and click insert, and then you will have that video actually playable through your website to where it doesn't have to send them to YouTube. It'll play right there and directly in the middle of the website. And you can do a lot of different things like editing text, adding pictures to fit around the text, things like that. It's just a way of really just controlling the text and everything that's in here and making it really pretty because it gives you a visual editor that you can do this from. Like let's say I want to add some text, I go ahead and add a header afterwards. Let's pop up, make this 100% width, insert, and now I have a header bar that cuts across to separate my next text. And then I can go ahead and when I'm ready to finish it, I can preview it, or I can go ahead and publish it, or save it as a draft if I want to save it and not publish it yet. And that's pretty much how you handle posts. Pages is primarily the same way. except for you have everything comes up a little bit different. You have a little bit different fields, but other than that, to make a post or make a page, it's primarily the same thing. Just a post becomes smaller and a page takes up an entire page. And you can do all that from in here. A lot of this stuff's the same. Most of this stuff is automatically set. Like you noticed before, I didn't mess with any of this, I didn't mess with any of that, I didn't mess with any of that, didn't mess with any of this, I didn't mess with any of that. I didn't mess with the admin notes, which that's just a little notes keeper so you can remember what you're doing. But a lot of this stuff you don't really have to mess with. I didn't mess with that. And whenever it's ready, just go ahead and publish. And from the rest of this, we can control comments. When a customer makes a comment in a post, we can control these comments, delete them, mark them as spam, whatever. We can do the same thing with testimonials, ratings, reviews. They all work pretty much the same way. Customer leaves a testimonial, you can approve it or not before it actually posts on the site. You have your ratings, which are the star ratings, where people can post, 1 star, 5 star if they like it. That sort of thing. Control the different stuff from there. And you have your reviews. You have a polls, which is the poll graphs that actually make a poll question on the front of the site. And that's how you handle those. You can also make FAQ if you have a frequently asked questions section. You can control a frequently asked questions section from there. And the next thing we would mess with, usually you don't really have to mess with a lot of the plugins or tools or settings or any of that, because that's all stuff that I set up. Only really thing you mess with in this section is users and maybe possibly appearance, if you wanted to change the ways the layout and colors and stuff like that things are using. Like, let's say you want to position these different boxes and set up different boxes that have different information for the side panels. You could do that from going in here to appearance and widgets. Widgets are the little boxes that show up on the sides of the screens. And the left is the box of available widgets that I can use. There's a whole bunch of them in there. And on the right side is the list of widgets that I do have. It actually expands and compresses these boxes so you can work on one at a time. Like this is the right sidebar, and this one would be the left sidebar. This is the footer and header widget areas. Most of these we aren't really using yet. So the main ones you would really mess with are the left and right bars. This sidebar widget area left, sidebar widget area right, and the footer widget area are primarily the main three that you would mess with, are the first three. Let's say I wanted to add a calendar. Let's say I want to get rid of the search box. I just added a calendar, got rid of the search box. And this is automatically saving on the fly, by the way. Let's say I wanted to add a login radius box for people to log in easy. Let's go ahead and add just for our poll section, add our polls right beneath that. And the order you place them on here is the order they will actually appear on the site. So now we can go ahead and refresh the page, and we should see some more boxes appearing on this side and on this side as well. So let's go ahead and refresh our page. And that's it. Now we have our social login box appearing. We have our poll appearing. There's our votes. Our calendar that we placed up here, we got rid of that search box because we already have one in the main bar. And we went ahead and put those boxes in. And that's how you can control widgets. It's really quite simple. You can place stuff where you want it. More important content would want to be more towards the top. This becomes prime real estate on your website. Anything top center is prime real estate. Anything top sides is secondary. And anything you have to scroll down to becomes less important. So yeah, next, I guess we'll go to the next thing on the plan. That's pretty much that. we're going to go ahead and show you how to edit. If you want to edit the menu that actually appears up here, and let's say we created a couple of pages like an About Us page or something like that that we wanted to add up into here, we can go ahead and do that by going to Appearance, Menus, and this will actually bring us to the Menu section where we can edit that. We have 3 menu bars that we have custom built. The first one is the main header bar, which is the main one that I just showed you. Second one is one I haven't started using yet, but that's going to be a middle bar that shows up only on certain pages. And then we have our footer navigation bar, which will be all the way at the bottom of the page, with all of our links instead of just our more important ones. More important ones we keep on the main header nav menu. And basically everything that's on the right hand side here is the actual menu, which we're messing with the first header nav menu, and anything that we can do to it is over here on the left side. The theme locations is already set, so we're going to move that out of the way. But what we want to add here is we want to go ahead and add our info pages. So we're going to go view all pages, and actually we're going to go ahead and make this a section for our tech stuff. We actually already have that, but I'm going to go ahead and just mark it anyway. Tech stuff, tech lessons, tech tips, and we're going to go ahead and mark all those and click Add to Menu. When we click Add to Menu, they're going to appear at the bottom of the menu bar here where we can add them here. And you can basically just drag them and throw them, and anywhere they appear here is the order they will appear on the site. Like this stuff, I have tech stuff as the main bar, and then you'll notice that there's an actual sub menu when you hover over that bring you to the sub pages. The way that works is because I have tech stuff as a main page, and then you'll notice that these are not directly in line with that, because these are actually sub pages. Just by moving it down and one notch over, it becomes sub pages to that menu, making the drop down menu effect. And once we actually have our changes made, like we went and added the tech stuff and the tech lessons buttons, we just click Save Menu, and that's it. Menus are done. So if you want to add pages, you can add pages to the menu. If you want to add just a link to somewhere else, like let's say you want them to redirect with a button to go to the actual Facebook website and page, you can just add the address here, make it a label, and it'll make a menu button that doesn't actually forward to an internal page. It'll send you wherever you want it to go. You can also add posts and products and things to make them a page or a menu button. Don't normally ever have to do that, so wouldn't really pay any attention to it. But that's it. Most of the rest of the stuff you don't really have to mess with. This is just for adding different stuff to the menu. But we primarily just add pages and maybe a custom link or two. And we just set them in order how we want them, save our menu, and that's it. That's how we change and edit our menu. Next is the feeds, our social network feeds. We automatically send our posts and pages and new things that we create to our feeds like Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Accounts that we have set up on these places will automatically receive the content from our site as soon as we post it, without us actually having to say go and post this there or copy and paste it. Just by making the post, it's going to automatically go to these places, and that's what feeding is. We're feeding our inventory, we're feeding our products, we're feeding our posts or our content to social networking sites and places where people follow us. And the feeds are really pretty simple. It's something that I set up, so I mean really you just make the post and it automatically sends it. I don't actually have any of the feed stuff set up on mine right now, otherwise I'd go a little bit more into that. But basically when you add a post, that box that I was showing you at the bottom before, that you can make it check it or uncheck it to make it actually appear on the social network sites, it's pretty much it. It's already set. If you want it to not show, just uncheck it. Other than that, just leave it alone and it'll automatically go to all your different places that you are linked into, which is important. It's very good to build social links. So that's pretty much that. If you want to go ahead and feed stuff by hand, stuff that wasn't fed automatically, you could just click on it here, Facebook. It'll automatically bring up the Facebook box. It'll share it. Sorry, mine doesn't actually show everything. Like I said, my site's still very much in construction, due to the fact that I never have time to work on my own because I am always working on everyone else's. But it slowly and surely comes together. And that's pretty much that. Next, last thing here we're going to go over, I guess, really quick is security. Which a lot of the security stuff is stuff that I set up. I'm just kind of just showing you what this extra stuff is down here on the bottom. A lot of this stuff has to do with security, reCAPTCHAs, stuff like that that you don't really need to mess with. Yeah, it's all stuff that doesn't really need to be messed with at all by you. I pretty much set that stuff. If you do want to learn about that stuff, though, you can always go into that more in detail with some of my other lesson videos, or there's lots of good documentation for WordPress. It's a very widely used coding package, and it's really easy to find more information to learn the details of this stuff if you want to actually do so. But I guess that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and close this out now. We did want to show you a couple other things though too, like the automatic feeds. Like this post was automatically fed by using the feeds. They also wind up here by using our feeds, and anything that we want to share back to ourselves, we can do so easily too, if somebody else makes a post. But primarily, you don't really have to make posts on these sites anymore, because you can just make them from your site and it'll go to all these places at once instead of having to go and do it each one by hand, because it's a pain in the butt going to all these different places and retype the post and make the same post here and make the same post there. It's really kind of a pain in the butt. And so that's pretty much that. I guess just remember to visit us on our website at CaliCoTek.com. Pay attention to all of our different lesson plan videos and stuff that we have coming out. It'll teach you a lot of good stuff about how to control everything and how to really use your WordPress sites that you have with us to their fullest advantage and get the most exposure and really just get your business making more money. That's the whole point. So the main thing that we try to do here at CaliCoTek is to try to automate everything and use less time, less resources to make more money. That's our goal, and to help your business to achieve this. So please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter to stay updated with news and tips and lesson videos. And that's pretty much it. If you want to check out our Google Android apps that we have available on Google Play, we do have Android development capabilities, and we can actually post your apps onto Google Play to where they can be downloaded easily from the Google Play Android store. So if anybody's interested in that, just let me know, and we can go over it and find out what might be available to you as an app. Or if you want to just go ahead and check out some of my apps, you can hop on Google Play, type in CaliCoTek, and you'll see some of the apps that I make for different businesses. Like here's one for my fashion business that I sell clothing for on eBay. It shows you the app, they can install it, it receives updates, everything. So I mean, it might be something that'll help you to sell products and help people to find you more. They can easily access your website and browse your products, go to your eBay store, go to your Facebook page, your Twitter page, and everything easily, from having an app installed right on their Android phone. Then they don't have to go typing in website addresses and all that. They can just click the button and go to browse products. So yeah, if you want to increase your exposure and make your business grow that much more, we can set you up with an Android app. Just shoot me a line and we'll get over and talk to you about it. All right. But other than that, I want to thank you for paying attention and tuning in to our lesson plan here. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. By the way, this was Tek Lesson number 2, WordPress Beginner's Guide to Site Usage. My name is Matthew, here at CaliCoTek, and I want to thank you for paying attention again, and have a good day. Bye.